Labor Day is around the corner. Many kids are already back in school, but you can wind down summer season by watching a new movie. There are plenty of places to see them, with theaters up and running and new films still streaming at home to entertain you and your family. This weekend, Yahya Abdul-M 2 stars in a relevant reimagining of a 1990s horror classic. James McAvoy and Sharon Horgan are a British couple trying to keep from killing each other during lockdown in a pandemic dramedy, and a Bob Ross documentary digs into the private and professional lives of the joy of painting icon. Yahya Abdul-M on black trauma porn and importance of black joy. Here's a guide to new movies that'll satisfy every cinematic taste. If you're down for timely social horror, Candyman. Director Nia Da Costa's creepy and meaningful retelling uses the original 1992 film as an urban legend in itself, with Abdul-M as a struggling Chicago artist who uses the Candyman legend as a source of dark inspiration. The new movie expands a chilling mythology born of racial injustice and black trauma due to a centuries-old cycle of violence, plus will just unnerve you to the core. In theaters. New Candyman expands horror mythology, delivers sobering allegory of racial violence. If you want to see an actually good pandemic movie, together. Breaking the fourth wall often, Stephen Daldry's film chronicles the quarantine life of a British couple, McAvoy and Horgan, and their young boy, Samuel Logan, from the beginning of the COVID-19 lockdown. Their relationship already rocky when things were normal, the two parents bicker, fight and rediscover feelings for each other as they navigate hilarious and tragic circumstances. In theaters. If you're obsessed with serial killers, No Man of God. An interesting detour from the usual cop thriller fare, this somewhat intimate jailhouse drama stars Elijah Wood as FBI profiler Bill Hagmaier, who reaches out to talk with the notorious Ted Bundy, Luke Kirby, in the name of research. The two men form a strangely close bond as Bundy reveals new details about his crimes to Hagmaier, a religious man who struggles with his own dark side. In theaters and on Apple TV, Vudu, Amazon. If you love painting and interpersonal drama, Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed. The fascinating new documentary chronicles the life and work of Ross, the super-popular, ultra-permed and oh-so-chill art instructor who became a pop culture icon off his PBS show The Joy of Painting. But behind the scenes of all those 30-minute painting lessons, cool nature scenes and cute bushes was infidelity, a shady empire built on Ross' name and a vicious fight for the rights to his likeness, even after his 1995 death. Netflix. If you're not bothered by swarms of insects, Mosquito State. Wall Street and body horror come together in this creep show about a shy financial math whiz, Bonap, who's bitten by a mosquito and finds his money-making algorithms failing as his penthouse becomes ground zero for a horde of skeeters. Director and co-writer Philippe Jan Rimes creates a visually intriguing film out of a B-movie concept, though puts on the brakes before things get truly disturbing, for better or worse, depending on the viewer. Shudder. If you need a social satire that dares to be frank, American Sausage Standoff. The Boys star Anthony Starr plays an ambitious sort who returns to his Midwestern small town after a stint in prison, hooks up with a Bavarian drifter, Ewan Bremner, and they go all in on turning an old church into the ultimate German restaurant, riling up the many xenophobic locals. The quirky comedy leans a bit too dark, yet it's worth it for a racist rooster and a movie-stealing W. Earl Brown as an ultra-conservative cabaret host. In theaters and on Apple TV, Vudu, Google Play.